Hello, welcome back to Cigars with Aurora. My name is Caesar, your host.
I'm Andrea, your co-host.
I know we've been gone for a while, but we've been busy working with Pavlov, mentoring a photography class, and we're back now. Um, this weekend we will be having our graduation. If anybody wants to go, you guys are welcome to go. It's at the LA Arboretum. It's going to start at 11. Just can't talk right now. DM us and give us a message through Instagram, and we'll give you the address and stuff. So how you been? How you feeling that the class is almost over? Well, it is over. It's graduation.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, our class graduating. I'm always excited to see the students' photo selections because I know it's hard to pick five. I know when I was a student, it was always hard to pick five. And then obviously having to share what that means to you, to like the audience is a bit um not intimidating, but it's a little bit like getting used to it because it's somewhat intimate at times, but sometimes it could just be just as fun. I know for a fact that like besides looking forward to just seeing the kids graduate and show their art is like revealing little bits about maybe who they are, their interests. I know last year when we volunteered, we were also like able to see the students' work, and it was nice to learn how that process was, at least when I was talking with my mentee at the time. That last year was like getting to hear behind the story of his photo shoots and his photos, like when we were on one, because obviously when it was the gallery time, there wasn't enough time to go in depth, like as much as it was when we were talking. But it was nice to kind of get a feel for the artistic, um, not portfolio, but artistic, like uh how would I say this? Like this is like their first gallery, or at least for some it's their first gallery, and it's like now they're stepping into that world of being artistic individuals who have the skills and tool sets to move on forward with it.
Yeah. I want to ask you, like, I think I never asked you, how do you feel being like part of the class and then volunteering and now being like a mentor? Like, do you see the difference between well, of course, there's the difference between being a student and a mentor, but like, how do you feel being on the other side now, being a mentor? Like,
I think being a mentor, it's just nice to like, I know as a student I was shy, and I would always be like, I need to take the best photo because there is this belief that like it needs to be a good photo. Like I always felt like, are they judging my photo to say like you did it bad? But it was more like, oh, we notice and we wonder, like kind of attitude behind it, which is nice. It's a nice way to create that conversation where we're not picking apart a student's image, but we're rather actually viewing it and getting to hear their input. Um, and I think it helped what that my mentors, like at least the two mentors I had at the beginners class, were really chill about that. Like all the good I got from my mentors, I try to um reciprocate or like put forward as well when I do these mentoring sessions. But I also feel like I have my own aspect to it. Like I try to really just let them lead, because I know when I was a student, there would be times I'm like, I don't want to really follow what was today. Like I'm more curious about this. So sometimes it is okay to stray a little. And it's not like, oh, why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? It's more like, oh, I get that at this moment, this is what's catching your attention. Um, and I think it's just that, like, just creating that space. Like, I know but definitely there's an age gap. Like, my mentees aren't at the age I was. So I
yeah,
think that's what makes it easier, like, to talk with, because it's more like, oh, I'm just letting kids be kids, like, have fun and play around with your photography style. And at some point, like being a little bit constructive because I think that's where I don't have as much is like a lot of constructive feedback, like, oh, I would recommend you try this way, or how about this angle? Like I try to be a little bit more mindful in that way. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of did beginners, and then I guess you could say intermediate because it was like summer camp, and then I did advanced class, and each one you do learn like different things. So like it does help you. It help you that you took the classes like because you know like what to expect and what to like give back and show the kids what to do. And sometimes I feel like I see myself sometimes in some students. I'm like, damn, I think I was with that type of student. I kind of was like kind of like nervous, and then like I don't know, and then I opened up. But like I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I feel glad I'm doing this because if it's me giving back in a certain way, you know. And do it, but this class with the iPads, I don't know. Like that thing threw me off.
Yeah, definitely. I know it's a harder thing to navigate, but I like that it was a bit more modern because uh, I think that's what I like about maybe being a mentor because I'm not that old to be like, oh, I don't know tech like that. Like I do struggle with tech, but not like, oh, I don't know it. So I'm still able to move about it in a way to understand like, oh, this is a new generation of like photography. At least I remember when I was taking like a photography class at college, community college. It was like the professor at the time. It was very, oriented to adults. So it was like how to be professional or how to get better at it. And whereas Pavlov is we're working with children, it's not necessarily professional. It's not a school where you're getting a grade. It's just like have fun, but at the same time, if you have a knack for it, like will help you develop those skills
Yeah,
and hone in on it. And so I think that's like what I love about the tech aspect of maybe iPods is understanding like this is a new generation and it's like this is what tools they have to use. And I know a lot of it is like streamers, Twitch, and all this stuff. So influencers and all that. And like how to use something as simple but powerful as your phone or your tablet to produce good images or like images that you would be like, oh, I didn't think a tablet could do that. Obviously, like some tablets are better than others, but you're able to get by with the tools you have until you're able to be like, you know what, now I can upgrade to the next thing, or um, I'm now able to afford the next best thing, which is like a DSLR or something else, like it removes that ideology of like you need to have the best tool to produce the best pictures. Like as long as you have the skill set and the curiosity to keep going, you develop your craft with the tools you have.
yeah. I do think that we're now that we're going more into like, say the future, that there is going to be more people taking pictures with iPads or even with their phones, and then like after I guess they get like a real like how he said an interest into photography, that's when they're gonna be like, oh, you know what, like I can't really take pictures with these. I need like an actual like camera where I could like actually like have that more like that feeling of taking pictures how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like having more control instead of the automated settings that come with
Yeah,
the
you
simpler
want to
cameras.
you
Yeah.
want to feel more freely and like adjust the lighting, adjust the aperture, and like all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, I think it's cool. I think it like opens up because it's also a good way to like I've seen videos where YouTubers back in the day, like years ago, I'm talking years ago, like maybe 10 years ago, where they're like, oh, let me see if I could pull out good pictures with this old camera. And they managed to do it. Obviously, some edit, and then some will be like, this is how it looks without my edits, and then this is how I touched it up a bit, and it still looks good. Like you could kind of tell, but it's not like that big of a difference for you to be like, oh, that that tool you have right now is not going to help you. Like I guess for kids, it's definitely a cool way to get into it. I know, like for us, well. when we did the beginners, it was a point and shoot camera, and I loved it because I mean I didn't have the steadiest of hands. I still don't, but it helped with stuff like that. And then definitely like I need glasses and I have astigmatism. So now that I'm older, like yeah, it's changed. My vision's changed. So when I use the other camera they gave us, the Sony mirrorless one, like I do struggle sometimes. Like a few weeks ago, I was taking photos of my cousins. It was so sunny. I was like, I'm not sure if this image is focused, if this image is exposed right. Like my vision was really struggling. And I had my glasses on, but I think it's just like it was so bright outside. And I was like, man, this is wild. Like I haven't had this experience in a while. And when I saw the photos, I'm like, I put them on my computer and then I was like, okay, they did come out right. I'm like, I thought I had done it horrible. So I mean, I guess it's like you either have a lot of control or little control, but there's always like a way to get by.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. But going back, I got it too ahead. But going back, like I hate that it was raining. We had to cancel our event. So hopefully we get back to it and then we find a date to do the event. But we're trying to do a little bit different this time. We're trying to do like a cook-off kind of event. We're thinking of maybe the best pozole, best mole, best tacos de pastor. I don't know, something. If you have guys have any ideas, like let us know. DM us ideas, and then I don't know what else you want to talk about, Drew.
Oh, like
Doors open.
no, I think like with going back to our event, like I mean, now that we'll be able to well kind of focus on it because I know like I'll be iffy about stuff at times or like kind of go off at times like and I'm not really good at like keeping schedule, but I know with our events, like hopefully future events will have a lot more things. We're definitely trying to do this donation drive so that way either come December or come January we could like either sponsor a family or give like care packages out uh in in the hopes of helping out families with some type of relief because it is expensive especially around the holidays now like that's like you have to navigate so much and I know at times even if families would love to like yeah I would love to go and take the family on vacation or buy this or buy that especially for those families who have a sick family member with cancer or are still navigating that cancer journey. It's not as simple as being able to be like, oh, well, we're gonna go here today, because sometimes that's a quick change of plans. Like in a second, things could change, and so hopefully, if with this donation drive, we could at least help with whether it's everyday items like disinfecting wipes or gloves or um, sanitary like equipment and tools, or just blankets and toys and whatnot for the family as well.
Yeah, I do really want to do that. Even if it's just like groceries and stuff, it doesn't have to be like that much because everything's getting expensive right now. To be honest,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, if anyone wants to go, anybody wants to go to this event this weekend, DM us, and then hopefully I heard Andrea's trying to get us to do another thing with Pavlov. We want to get more involved with Pavlov, and we're thinking of doing another thing they do is called Pavlov across America. Is where people where they I think they cycle for 5 days, right? I think it's 5 days.
I think I used to think it was 3 to 5 or something.
It's like 4 or 5 days, and they go. I know. I think before it was from San Francisco to LA, but I think right now they're doing like from Palm Springs to San Diego or something like that. But that's something that I'm down to do too. Hopefully, we get sponsors or something to do that.
Yeah, because we are trying to um do a full cycle, I would say. Like not to play a pun on words, because like I just want to do like the whole thing, like um
We also don't want to push ourselves to like where we're like, oh, we get sick after that. Like we're trying to do what we could do. Like I have more cycling experience, so I probably could do the 5 days. I don't know about Andrea, but I feel like if she gets enough training and stuff like that, she got it.
yeah. I mean it's tough, it's tough. Like I will admit that like I've been out of shape this last year and like I've had a few health issues like I need to get checked on because I'm like if I'm trying to do this bicycling thing, I want to at least be like at a good standing point to go through the whole course. The only reason I want to do it is because like obviously just to prove that I can do it, but also I think it was um the loss of a friend. Like when we were in Pavlov, there was a classmate who passed away, and I remember thinking like, wow, she never showed that she was on her final days. Like she came into class was such a bright energy with smiles often, and I wouldn't have known. And then eventually she did say like, "Oh, I'm not even sure I'll make it to Christmas and stuff." And so that stuck with me, like how you don't know how long you have. And so I think part of it was to honor like how she impacted my life through the bits of hanging around and just talking, even though um we were just in the Pavlov class. And then another part was like when I myself was like in treatment, I remember I had watched a cyclist or some girl talk about how like she had been bedridden for so long when she was sick, and that she said, "Oh, when I get better, I want to be able to do things that I took for granted, but also things I thought I couldn't do." And so I was like, "Oh, that like I it resonated with me, like to do something that I otherwise would be like, oh, I don't think I could do that because it's like, why not try right now when it's still accessible? Like I don't know where else I could try to do a bike-a-thon thing where it makes sense, where like the cause makes sense for me. Like I'll be like, oh, I relate to the cause. I've already partook with the program of Pavlov, like the foundation. So I know it's like really good people doing good things. And I'm like, why not continue there?
That's true. Yeah, I also want to do it for the same reason for our friend, um, and also because it's always been one of those bucket list things that I've been wanting to do. Like even like these past years, like I've been trying to do go because they have a day where you could go for one day. But these past years I've been busy, so hopefully if this we're not, I guess you could say fit for the 5 days, at least we could go that one day where we could cycle for that day.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind doing just starting off like one day and then next year what? Okay, we're next year we're ready for the whole 5 days or 2 days or 3 days, like whatever we could do.
Yeah. No, I think I don't know, it was just like a nice way to, as you said, like just get something off our bucket list because there's a few things I would like to get off still. Like part of it was um yeah, like when you're I guess unsure whether you'll live the next day, you kind of realize like what at least for me I was like, oh, these are things I would have rather have invested my time. I wish I had done this instead, or oh, when I get the chance I'll do this. And I think part of it is just getting that focus back at this age because it's been a few years since I've been in remission, but it's kind of like a weird journey for me to be in remission because a lot of it is like unpacking all the traumas that come from surviving and going through a cancer diagnosis, but also stuff that I didn't think was a trauma response. Like it's weird. Like you know how I tell you I have a therapist, and this last therapist that I have right now, she was telling me about how like maybe um I don't like getting sick because I feel no one will be able to help me. And
Mm.
when I heard her say that, I'm like, yeah, I think it's true. Like maybe I fear that no one will be able to help me. Maybe I fear like it might be a type of diagnosis where it's a life-changing diagnosis. And it's a fear of like obviously at some point dying, but to die at a young age, I think was like a biggest reality check. Like just because you're young doesn't mean you're not prone to getting something as life-threatening as cancer.
Yeah. Well, for me, I feel like it was for me. I feel like I don't know, second chance. I don't know. Maybe I was doing something wrong the first time around. I don't know. I feel like it's a second time, a second chance for me. But I also like since I had a bone marrow transplant, they pretty much rebooted my whole like system, you could say. And I feel like I don't know. I now that I'm getting to the like that, you could say that new 16, 17 year mark. I am scared, dude. Like I don't know. Like I'm scared. What if like it rebooted it, but when I get to that age again, it's gonna happen the same thing. Like I'm gonna get so like I feel like everybody that has had cancer at a young age is always with that mentality. Like, oh, what if I get it again? What if what if this that's happening to me is that I'm getting cancer again? Or like I feel like any little thing that goes wrong with you or anything like that is like, oh wait, like should I go get checked out? Or like I don't know. I feel like you're always on edge after that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's kind of weird. Like, because afterwards, like, it's not a regular, oh, I'm just gonna get checked out for this. It's like, oh, now we got to deal with the side effects of the medication. Like, what are the consequences of surviving? And what are you able to do to minimize those side effects? But also, like, there's some side effects that you don't think are part of treatment, and then you realize, like, oh, what? Like, this is a thing? Like, when Nurse Lauren was talking in that presentation about how like, oh yeah, certain people will taste this and have this and their taste buds change. And I was like, that's wild. Like I did taste the cardboard in food. Like food started tasting like cardboard when I was going through treatment, right? And so as I get older, um, I reflect on stuff that happened and I'm like, are there moments where I'm like, this stuff permanently changed? Like I don't do chilaquiles anymore. It used to be one of my favorite foods. I can't do chilaquiles. Like it upsets my stomach. I also get nauseated from eating it. Like I just can't do it anymore.
You see, I thought I couldn't do spicy food, and that was giving me heartburn. But it's only bell pepper. So anything that comes with bell pepper like gives me heartburn. Because I've been eating like a lot of spicy food, and like I don't know if it's my I don't know if don't have taste buds for like spicy food because I'll be eating it. I'm like, dang, this is not hot. Like, but then after like I start sweating, I'm like, wait, like, am I missing something between me eating the spicy and then getting to my brain? Because I feel like I'm good, but then I start sweating like it's hot.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty
yeah,
sure I have something messed up with my taste buds right there, where I could tolerate spicy, but at the same time, my brain it's not connected to my brain. Like, hey, this is spicy. Like, you gotta like chill.
yeah. No, like I know with another friend who I was talking with years ago, happened to also have the same, I think, cancer. We were talking about stuff, and I remember he's like, "Oh, you mean chemo brain?" I'm like, "What's that?" And he's like, like look at like you've never heard of that? I'm like, "No, I haven't heard of that." And I looked it up, and it's like how I think there's like a delay or something, and I don't know how long it'll affect you for, if it's like a thing that's like, because each person has different response and whatnot. And I think I told him one of the things I also noticed change was like distinguishing left and right. I think I'm better at it now, but at the very beginning, like maybe 5 years after remission, or in remission, I mean, like I couldn't tell my left and right. I
Mhm.
know I still struggle 2 years ago, but I was able to get better at it. I don't know how though.
Yeah.
I think I know like if I were to say in Spanish, it'd be easier to remember which side was my left and which one was my right. Uh, I, I don't know. It's just some weird stuff that happens, I guess.
But I feel like at the same time, I don't know. I feel like when you get older, well, oh, I don't know, because my mom, I tell her, oh, da vuelta a la izquierda, and she's like, wait, ¿cuál es mi izquierda? I'm like, dude, like, how do you not know what your izquierda? Like, come on. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes the man it's like, I guess your body just like, I, I don't want to say forgets. It's like a brain fog. You just like, you at that moment you're just like, wait, which is my left, which is my right? Like, it just like
Yeah.
it's like something that gets blocked off for a moment.
Yeah. But
Is there anything else you want to say before we cut it off?
I'll just reiterating like just a summation of what we've sort of talked like graduation is tomorrow and we're excited but also kind of sad because like we won't see our students no more, but hopefully they'll take with them what they've learned for, for as long as they can. And if we ever see any of their works at some other point, we'll be like, hey, that was our student, or that was so and so from class that always love to take these type of photos. And I think that would be a beautiful thing. uh we're trying to do a donation drive so that way we can help out families. We're trying to get some for the holidays, and if not, definitely January, February as well. Like we'll constantly be doing these kind of donation drives, just to help out because as you mentioned, the economy is becoming somewhere where things as simple as groceries or hand sanitizer is becoming expensive. So we could help out with a good way to start that,
Yeah,
and potentially getting into Pavlov across America just to see what we could do, and to I guess put our ourselves out there and get some bucket list items crossed off. And then I think the last thing we were talking about was just how even to this day we're still navigating remission, even though it's been like a few years for us. Like I think for me, maybe 10, or a little bit more than 10. But
I'm going on 11 on the 20th. No, actually, November, October 20th is gonna be my 14 year in readmission. That was the I still remember the dates. October 20, 2011 is when I got not kicked out, but I got let go of the hospital.
oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm coming up on 14 years. Yeah, so let's see.
No,
I know I wanna uh, cross off a lot of things in my bucket list as we're getting older now. Gotta do it. All right then. I'm Caesar, your host,
and I'm Andrea, your co-host.
and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we get um the Pablo Emily Keith from Pablo to be on our next podcast. All right, see you guys.